Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack tapping in, y'all. Hope everybody having a blessed day, y'all. And I'm going to bring you this video and I'm going to tell you why Diddy will be going to prison for the murder of Biggie Smalls. But before I get into that, go and hit that like button, smash the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button because you're already going to like the content. And hit that notification bell. And guess what? I won't tell y'all. Hey, man, the channel has come a long way. We almost to 50K. Hey, man, and then we're going to be to 100K and up to 1 million. We're bringing y'all raw content. Nobody brings you this content like I do. And if you don't know my background, I give you this content, man, because, and I give you my perspective on the law because I am ex-law enforcement. I am somebody who played in the streets. I've been delivered by the grace of God for the last 9 years. So yes, I'm telling you law, street stuff, and being delivered by God. So that's why I give you my perspective and why I'm able to articulate a lot of this stuff. Now, your boy Diddy, he's going to be going to prison for the murder of Biggie. Those are bars. And let me tell you why. Let me backtrack. Because I don't want to keep y'all too long. You know, your attention span is kind of short. But I want you guys to understand some things. You know, I came to these conclusions from watching that 50 Cent documentary on Netflix. This is why Diddy didn't want to come out, because it was a whole lot of secrets that came out that tie him to a lot of, let's just say, deletions and bad things happening around him, but nothing ever bad seems to happen to him. This is also going to involve Kirk Burrows, who was Diddy's lover and partial owner of Bad Boy Records. So see, here it is now. Why am I saying this? Because in the end, you got to remember, Diddy didn't have any money. He was broke. Well, I ain't gonna say he was broke. He had more money than us. But industry-wise, he didn't have no money. Keefy D had more money than him. But it was at a point where, and you guys can go find this video for yourself, when Gene Deal leaves this video. Gene Deal made a video. He says that that Biggie told him, he said, you know what? I'm getting ready to get this $65 million. I would take you with me, but you love that motherfucker too much. Gene Deal like, what you mean you love him too much? He's like, you love Puff too much. Like, man, what you mean? He said, man, you love him too much. You know, I'm finna go get this $65 million because I ain't getting paid over here. And guys, the Biggie had got a $65 million deal where he was going to take Charlie Baltimore. A lot of y'all too young to even know who Charlie Baltimore is. He's going to take Charlie Baltimore, Junior Mafia, and Lil Kim. Now, if you don't know, he used to write Lil Kim's raps. So Gene Deal asked him, he said, well, what, you going to make Lil Kim start writing her own raps? He's like, yeah, she going to have to carry her weight, $65 million. So, guys, Tupac had already been deleted. Biggie's working on his album. So now this is where it gets better. Now, Diddy knows this. Ain't no secrets in the industry when you go cut a deal with another company. He knows that his biggest artist has completed an album. And keep in mind, it did not have a name yet. It was not named Life After Death. Didn't have no name to it yet. Didn't have no name to it. So Kirk Burrows has secured, Kirk Burrows and Diddy worked for 3 long months to secure a meeting with Biggie and the UK press. He worked for 3 months on this, guys. And then the day that Biggie was deleted, he was supposed to fly to the UK. He was supposed to fly to the UK to meet the press. Now, back in those days, guys, that's the 90s. Like that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That would have made him an international rock star, y'all. You got to remember, at this time when Biggie Smalls passed away, he only had 1 album. And that album only got hot when he did Flavor in Your Ear remix. You know, let's keep it a buck. A lot of you guys weren't even alive. So when Biggie's on his way to the UK, Diddy calls his lover that we found out. If you have seen my prior video, we found out that Diddy and Kirk Burrows were actually lovers. So having a lover's quarrel, you know, Kirk Burrows is like, no, Biggie needs to go to the UK. And Biggie's telling Kirk Burrows, man, I don't want to go to LA. I want to go to the UK. Biggie was scared to go to LA. And also from this, all this comes from the documentary. See, Diddy had aligned himself with two Crip sets in Los Angeles, and they told him it's not safe in LA for you. You should not be out in LA. You should not be out here. Something bad is going to happen to you. So now Diddy had warnings from your security. You stopped stop Biggie from going to the UK with something that you worked on for 3 months that would have catapulted your company to Mars. Okay, just to bring Biggie to a party, any old party in enemy territory. Now, Biggie felt this guy. That's why you got to listen to that voice inside of you, people. That when you get ready to do something, them hairs stand up on your back, and you hear that little voice inside you saying, "Don't do it." That means don't do it. Because I'm here to tell you, every time I didn't follow that voice, something bad happened to me. And when I followed it, like leaving y'all this content, hey man, my channel's blowing because I'm doing it my way. That's how God told me to do it. But now, anyways, that night at the party when Biggie was assassinated. You guys can go pull all this video up for yourself. Gene Deal kept telling Puffy, he's like, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And Diddy kept stalling him out. He kept stalling and waiting and waiting. Gene Deal had been ready to go an hour before they left. Now, what does that do? That gave the people who Diddy hired to take out Biggie time to set up. Okay? Even one of the people involved in the assassination of Biggie Smalls was actually captured in a picture. He had a bow tie on. He was captured in a picture with Diddy and Gene Deal. He was standing behind him. And even Gene Deal said, how would this dude even get in our inner perimeter and we got security? And you guys got to remember, Gene Deal is a legitimate officer of the law. He was a probation officer, a high-ranking one at that, so he knows his safety. But Diddy did not want to leave that party when Gene Deal was trying to urge him to go for an hour. That's because people was waiting to get in place. Okay? So now you got to remember this. Keep in mind, Biggie had already, Diddy owned all of Biggie's publishing. He owned all of his publishing. Even went so far as to, they had a contract that Biggie had already signed, and after Biggie was assassinated, he had Kirk Burrows take out some pages in the middle of the contract and change the words to the contract and put it back in, therefore leaving, taking all his publishing, his masters, everything from him. So now back to the story, y'all. So now it's time to leave the party. Guys, it is not a normal protocol. Guys, I work in law enforcement. It is not a normal protocol for security to be the very last car in the back and the package, meaning the star, to be in the first car. That don't even make sense. As they're caravanning, Biggie is in the first car. Your security and the CEO, they're in the back. They're in the back. So why would you, and Gene Deal says that those automobiles were marked. They were marked, people. They were marked. So I tried to upload a video of this from the documentary. They they took it down for copyright reasons. So I wanted you to see it for yourself, to see the caravan leaving, hear the shots, and hear the aftermath of them calling 911 and trying to revive Biggie. So now Biggie's gone that night. Biggie's gone that night. And you'll see this on that documentary. Biggie's gone that night. Why wasn't now somebody was arrested later on. It was actually a police officer that worked for LAPD, was one of the people who was arrested for Biggie Smalls' murder, who had ties to one blood gang in LA. Right? He was arrested. He was a cop. So it says during the investigation that it was closed so quickly because Diddy, it said in the paperwork, black and white, Diddy refused to cooperate with the police. Now, if you're sitting there and you watch your number one artist get gunned down, why wouldn't you cooperate with the police? It says that in the paperwork. Don't listen to me. Go look at it, guys. I just give y'all real content. In that police report, I wrote plenty of police reports. It says that it was closed, and policemen are very, very articulate. This is why I'm very articulate when I talk. And this is why I tell you things verbatim, word for word, because that's how law enforcement is. They wrote everything down, that Diddy would not cooperate. Other people from the entourage would not cooperate, okay? So now, when they were giving interviews to Diddy after Biggie was gone, after he was gone, he left out the part that he was supposed to send Biggie to the UK that day. See, he never talked about that out in the open. We didn't get that until the documentary. You know why? Because that would have brought heat on him. He left out the part that Biggie had procured a $65 million record deal with another record company and was leaving. He left out that part. And let me get a little deeper, man, with y'all with this story. Diddy, being the pompous person that he is, he tells the world, he said, I'm going to throw Biggie the biggest funeral that New York has ever seen. And guess what he did, y'all? When he saw how much that funeral was going to cost, you know what he did? And it's in the paperwork. Read the paperwork. It says that the funeral was to be taken out of Biggie Smalls' estate. That's right, man. You heard what I said. Puffy made Biggie pay for his own funeral after he set him up and he got deleted. And here's what happens next, y'all. Here's what happened next. Immediately, he changed the name of that album because it had a different name. And one of my subscribers told me the real name this morning in my live, but I don't know the name of it. But the name of it was not Life After Death. Puffy changed it to Life After Death. Okay? And as he's selling, they even get to the point to where they wanted to put Biggie Smalls on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. Do you know how big that is for a record company to get put on Rolling Stone magazine? But Diddy had his lover, Kirk. See, it all makes sense when I found out that Kirk Burrows and Diddy were lovers. Kirk Burrows wasn't getting sexually assaulted, y'all. Now, y'all know on my page, I'm quick to tell you if I think a man was getting sexually assaulted. Kirk Burrows was not getting sexually assaulted. He was willingly giving up. They was lovers. Gene Dill said that P. Diddy used to spend the night at Kirk Burrows' house every Wednesday, even though he had a woman. So now you speak on that. You dig? He wasn't forced to do anything. He did it willingly. And when you watch the video, you can see in his eyes that he looks like a scorned black woman. Kirk Burrows looked scorned, like his feelings was hurt. His heart was hurt. His heart was bleeding. So he had Kirk Burrows, who was his yes man and boyfriend, right, take Biggie off the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine and put him on the cover because he had his upcoming album. And that first song off that album, I'll Be Missing You, when he corroborated with a rock group, man, that thing went like 10 times platinum, y'all. See, because Diddy always wanted the spotlight. Biggie did not want any part of no East Coast, West Coast beef. You can go see the interview for yourself. Biggie said out of his own mouth, he said, I come from a generation where you taught to keep your mouth shut. And then Tupac dropped that track, where he talks about sleeping with Faith Evans, hit him off. And Diddy stayed in Biggie's ear like, you got to say something back. You got to say something back. You got to say something back. That is what got the West Coast, East Coast, West Coast stuff ramped up to the point to where Biggie didn't want to go to LA that night, but you made him go. Biggie would have been in the car with Gene Dill normally, like he normally was, but you made sure that didn't happen. Even the trucks, you can watch the videos for yourself. Even the SUVs were marked. They were marked on the side of the door. I've never seen a caravan where the cars were marked. And guys, I've seen a president come in and out of Las Vegas all the time, and it's not marked. They just drive. But see, Diddy will be getting arrested for the murder of Biggie Smalls. I can pretty much guarantee you that, because it's way too much evidence that got dropped, and there is no statute of limitations on murder, people. So I hope all that made sense right there. Now, why did he get him out the way? So he could get his estate. Why did he get him out the way? Because he was going to leave Bad Boy. At that point, when that happened, Craig Mack was trying to go to death row, right? That would have left him with nobody. Poor, broken, hungry, all over again. You get the picture? See, it's more rappers out here getting deleted it's more rappers out here getting deleted because they are worth more when they pass on. Like Michael Jackson's estate has made over like $5 billion since he's been gone. They make more money gone than they do alive. And Diddy knew this because he got schooled by Andre Harrell. But guys, I ain't want to keep y'all too long in this video, man. I just wanted to give y'all some content and show you guys I don't always have to leave a video when I talk, man. I can give y'all the facts and nothing but the facts, Jack, because I'm very articulate and I do my homework, guys. And I want somebody to prove me wrong. So you guys leave in the comments. Y'all tell me, how long do y'all think it's going to take for them to put two and two together and they indict Puffy on these murders of Tupac and Biggie? Other than that, man, let's get 1,000 likes on here. Like the video so it can move the algorithm, people. I'm telling the truth over here. They try to block my videos. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button so you know when I'm dropping. Because I drop all during the day, all crazy hours of the day. And I love to go live all the time. And man, share the video. Other than that, you know the rest. Be blessed. Don't get stressed. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. And never get finessed. And stay out of trouble like Diddy should have.